I'm so afraid to sleep at night. You won't get away. It's time for me to let it out. I refuse to run and hide. I must let it out. I refuse to run and hide. All the weight is lifted off my shoulders. I will not hold this in any longer. I know you thought that it would kill me, but it has only made me stronger.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to Let It Out. I am your host, Tobosis Rochester, and I'm here with my co-host,
Raphael Baseman Jones. How y'all doing?
Yes, you guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful week and weekend. Man, listen, tonight's topic is about hello there, Brenda. Yes, tonight's topic is sex trafficking part 2. Yeah. So, we, and if you have any indie videos, please don't hesitate to submit them to submissions at plugstudionetwork.com. Okay? Please. Okay, and also, if you want to get in on the conversation, what's the number?
Please call in at 302-312-3534.
Yes. Okay. So what is your take on sex trafficking?
This is part 2 of our series of this. So,
Yes.
like we were saying in the first half of it, it is still on the uprise.
Yes.
It is one of the largest reasons, not saying the only,
Yes.
but one of the largest reasons for kidnapping these days. That people are still snatching. There's videos out everywhere now showing people walking up on your kids and just snatch them, jump in the car and run.
Yeah.
Those videos are real.
Yes,
they are real videos, and they
There's
are really
nothing
doing
fake
that.
about that. Yeah.
That's how a lot of the kids end up in the sex trafficking system, and that's how. And you find a lot of people, like we said the last time, in airports, train stations, bus stations. They'll find your young children on their way to college,
Yes.
and they find them at different locations and con them into getting into certain things or getting them in a certain place or getting where, like, oh, I offer you dreams and this, that, and the other to get you where you want to be, and they get them from one side of town. All of a sudden, you find out that your child is somewhere on the West Coast. If you over on the East Coast, and you try to figure out how did they get there through the sex trafficking trade, and it actually happens.
Yes.
So you want to be very, very careful and be mindful to teach your kids what to look out for.
Yes, so true. And this is what I've gotten. Globally, an estimate of 71% of enslaved people are women and girls, while men and boys account for 29%.
Right.
Okay, estimates subject that about 50,000 people are trafficked in the United States every year.
Yes.
In Mexico. So, yeah, and the Philippines as well. So we're not going to forget that as well. But this is an ongoing conversation.
It is.
That we all need to keep having, because this is not something that you take lightly. With these children being taken.
And during this time of the year when people are going back to
school
college and they're going away from you.
Yeah.
You got some kids going to college abroad, and you want to make sure that they are protected, very well protected, because it happens in other countries more than you think that it happens in the United States.
Yeah.
So you got to be very, very careful, and they got to be very conscious of everything that's going on around them.
So true.
So yes.
Yeah.
What is it like the Iraqi countries, stuff like that. I'm not saying the direct, but it is in those kind of countries where a lot of American kids go over there. They want to start studying. They're going through this stuff. Then things happen.
very quickly.
So you got to be very careful.
Of an eye. Yes,
very careful.
Yes. So this is an important topic for tonight. I would like for you guys to share this topic tonight, and I would also like for you guys to chime in with us, and get on in the conversation. And Brenda stated,
you have to very much. You have to very much aware of your be very much aware of your surroundings. Pay attention. Yeah.
So true. True. Yeah.
You got to. It's like even that. Sometimes you gotta go even beyond that. I mean, you gotta. It's crazy, but you have to be very careful. I mean, some of the people who look at you, it could be even the kids that's in college with them.
Yes.
And that's another thing that's been happening.
Yeah, and we've heard that over the course of the years and stuff like that.
That people are luring them into it. Yeah.
People that they know, been helping with with the situation, helping them take them away and what have you. So you got to be careful who you befriend as well. So just keep that in mind too. Like I said, this is a serious topic that we all need to keep having. And sit your kids down too, and have that discussion with them. And let them know how serious this is, and to be aware of their surroundings.
And you really must start talking to like your high school kids.
Yes.
Your high school kids have that way of thinking that they know the world.
Yeah,
they believe that they know everything about what's going on.
Yes.
Those are the ones that they get the quickest.
Yeah.
You want to sit down and be able to talk with them, get them to understand that everybody's not your friend. You gotta make sure you do that. Because a lot of us, we watch our youngers. We watch our youngest kids and make sure that nothing happens to them a lot, but we still have to keep an eye on our older kids because it happens to them a lot. Yeah. I mean, like you said, the women and young girls. So that means, it's like almost no one is actually 100% out of the range like that. They can't be caught. So you got to be very careful. You have so many people out here who, especially these young high school kids who thinks, they know this. It may happen when you was young, but now we're older. This style of stuff don't happen. No, it happens even more now because they don't think that it happens. And it is true that they really do step out and get you.
Yeah, and they have that mindset, it's not going to happen to me, so, I don't know why you're talking to me about it. And also, I think, they should discuss these type of things, too, with the kids in school.
Oh, definitely.
I believe that should happen, have a day where they're talking about this, to pass it along, you know what I mean? Hello, Maurice. Welcome,
bless
welcome.
up.
Yes, we need to really talk about this, in high school and college,
Yeah, definitely.
have them all in there and talking about the situation, and if those who are going through things such as that, is if somebody, if they know somebody who's been, trying to snatch them up, or, you know what I mean? Like,
and
saying things to them, trying to get them out of the way.
And please don't always think you can fight, because this is when they get you.
Okay.
You're old enough to party, and you love to party. You going out to these nightclubs. You having a great time. You sitting in there, next thing you know, you and your friends drinking. Y'all turn them up. Y'all tossing them in there. Y'all getting it in. Later on down the line, you don't know where you are. That's exactly how it gets.
So true.
That's how they get you. That's exactly what they're waiting on. And that's when they come and attack. You got to be careful of every single thing.
Yes. And also, I'm going to say this to you. When you go to concerts, I remember I was in Atlantic City, and they were giving out those cards for upcoming shows. You got to be careful of touching that stuff. You don't know what they put on there before they gave it to you. So that could be a way of, you inhaling, then there you go. You done got, you passed out somewhere. Please do not just look, I don't want that. Thank you very much.
Right.
Keep it moving. You know what I mean? Don't even sit there and have a conversation, because, that's the quickest way that they can get you. Yeah.
Please be extremely, extremely careful out there.
Yes.
Life is really serious. You got a lot of people who don't understand how serious life really, really is. You got so much going on out here where you and your girlfriend's hanging out, then all of a sudden, girl, forget her. She over there messing with some guy. Keep an eye on your friend.
Yes.
Yeah, girl, I'm just gonna go over and talk to this guy for a minute. Keep an eye on your friend. Please be very, very careful. Please be extremely careful and making sure that everybody knows where everybody are. If you go out with 5 of y'all, make sure
Yes.
5 of y'all come back.
So true.
So you gotta be careful with everything because
Don't.
there are people out there, sick people out there, willing to do anything. And trust me, you are a high commodity at all times. Even the federal government consider you a high commodity. So please be careful because you are a high commodity. You go out there and you run around, you're getting drunk, you're hanging out with these people, certain people you think is real cool. All of a sudden, you gone.
Yeah.
So they will take you in.
So just be careful of that and be mindful, okay? So, because, you know, this is the time we're living in, we've been living in, so it's nothing new.
Yeah.
Also, you know, it's not just women and it's men as well. So
Right. Maurice just stated, crazy times we are living. Yes, it is true.
Yes.
Crazy times because it does get crazy out here.
Yes.
There's too many things
Yeah.
that's going on. You have so many. Oh my goodness! And like you were saying, like men are being trafficked too, and that sounds crazy,
It's not
but
just a woman thing.
it sounds crazy, but it is true.
Yeah.
There are men out here getting caught up in it too, and they'll kidnap them, put them out there for it. They still have slave labor going on in certain countries that they are still kidnapping
Yes,
people
yes.
for slave labor.
So I hope you guys heard what I
So-
said earlier, you know, starting with the show.
Yeah.
You know, because that's really important, you know, all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's not certain areas. You know what I'm saying? It's all over the world. No matter where you know how you're on the highway and you see these tracking trailers. Think about it. If they don't have any labeling going on, best believe something ain't right.
Be very
Something ain't
careful,
right, yeah,
because
please
there are
be
things
careful.
there are things happening, and
Yes.
they are still finding bodies here and there. They are still locating people. Like they'll find their bodies and find out that they was in through sex trafficking. And
We have a
if,
call.
we have a caller coming in. Okay.
Yes.
Hel-
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Let It Out.
Hey.
What's
how are-
going on? What's up?
Now, you know I had to chime in on this subject.
Yes.
I just want to start out by saying that sex trafficking is the kin to slavery.
Yes.
We all know that everybody loves to make money off of free labor.
Yes.
It is a business. It is a billion-dollar global business.
Yes, it
Maybe
is.
between 150 to 200 billion a year
Yes.
off of free labor.
Mm-hmm.
I want everybody to understand that it does not just occur in foreign countries. It occurs in America. It occurs in America. All those beautiful children you see on the boxes of milk cartons, all those babies that you see on TV, all those missing men, women, children, I don't care what age you are, you can be sex trafficked.
Yes. So
The
true.
whole, it's more organized than what everybody thinks. Most people generally think it's one pervert that grabs somebody and may grab a few people. That's the poor man's sex trafficking.
Yeah.
But in the industry of sex trafficking, it's global and sophisticated. And just like slavery, when you needed ships to get people over here, now we have more expensive things. Planes, cars,
Yes.
trains. You need to have what to do this? Ladies and gentlemen, you need money.
Yes.
So, for everyone that think that this is a poor man's snatch and grab, that poor man is actually snatching and grabbing based off of a profile for a bigger organization.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So it's more than just, it's And I call because I want people to understand that it's a business. It's not about a pervert or some
Right.
freaky shit all the time.
Right.
It's a business. It's a global business.
Yes. So
And
true.
us poor people, we don't have the money to sustain this.
Right.
So when you get to thinking about a sex trafficker, I don't want you to think about the homeless bum or the drug dealer looking dude. I want you to think about Bill Gates. I want you to think about, I don't know, the dude that owned Microsoft. I want you to think about Jay-Z and Beyonce. I want you to think about people with money.
Right.
Because these
Right.
people are the only people that have the kind of money to sustain this.
Right.
I know I don't have that kind of money. I can't snatch a child from here and get them across seas and hide them. You know what hiding takes?
Yeah.
Hotels,
Yes. Food.
homes,
Yeah.
houses, plane tickets, clothing. I have to have access to hell, the precinct.
So true.
A precinct that's gonna I can pay off so I can continue to conduct this business.
So
Right.
true.
One of the stories that I would love for everybody to just like pin down is the story of Johnny Gosh. It
Johnny
happened, I think, in the 70s or 80s. This woman lost her child only to find out as the years went on, through investigation of her own, that her child was kidnapped based off of a profile of a sexual predator. And then it led to several different things that they found out. The police department wouldn't help her.
That's crazy.
You know that, what is it, the 24-hour rule, the person's
Yes.
supposed
Yeah.
to be
Yes.
gone? That's just a cushion for a fucking pedophile or any other offender.
Right.
Because a lot of, see, again, we have to look at the world that offenders aren't just people that are poor.
Right.
If I'm a rich offender, I'm going to make legislation that fits the narrative of my life.
Right.
So if within 24 hours and I'm rich and I take your child, I can have your child up out of here.
Right.
Yes.
That's
So
true.
true. Yep.
But anyway, but back to Johnny Gosh's story, the police department refused to help her even after the 24 hours. And she would later find out that they were a part of this ring.
Wow.
So take a look at the Johnny Gosh story. And please, 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 if anything, I know I said a lot and I'm about to hang up. Remember, America is heavy in sex trafficking.
Yes.
It's nothing but sexual slavery labor.
Yes.
Right.
So true.
They no longer need us
Right.
to do manual. They have machines.
Right.
But you know, greed says that was a lot of money. Sex. It's the same thing. Same way they kidnap people from Africa or whatever off them shores. They doing the same thing. They're just using children and substitute for children, men, women, whatever the flavor of the week.
Yes. No.
It that way. It's a billion-dollar industry, and in order for it to sustain, you need billion and millionaires.
So true. That's very true. Everything she's saying.
With
is
it.
true. Yeah.
But that's all I had to say. I do have more information because I'm always reading heavy into that kind of stuff, and I'll put it in the chat. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. Hope everybody learned something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like to be educational.
Okay,
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
letting
you.
it out.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. I hope you guys
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah.
Very informative
And
information.
That is so true. I mean, it is an actual global business.
It is.
You have like the sheiks from Iran and everything else. They will come over to buy your child. They will
Yes.
see what they look like and buy them, and they will actually put up
money.
put up actual big money for it. I had to sit down and explain to my youngest daughter that people out here have the tendency of doing some of the most off the wall things, like over in some countries, and I'm not going to actually say which countries they are, but in some countries they actually would have marry. You have old guys, grown men. They would marry 8-year-olds. They would marry 9,
Sickening.
10-year-olds,
Sickening.
and they want them as being that young so that they can start grooming them to be the wife that they want them to be, and bear their kids before they leave this earth.
Yes.
So they do that in other countries, and that's where another part of sex trafficking come in. And what is it? Maurice said,
Yeah.
I remember in the early '80s when they first started putting kids on the milk cartons. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I remember that. I mean,
Early back in the days.
that was supposed to have been the way of helping people find their
Locate
kids
them, yeah.
and everything else. But it got to the point that it wasn't. It was helping, but then they was finding kids dead everywhere because things started happening. Then he says it's the way of life in some countries. Yeah,
It is.
it is the way of life in some
Yes,
countries.
yes,
They will bid for your child, and and I'm not sitting there saying I want people to get this absolutely clear. It is not. It is almost like the auction block as they used to do slaves, but they're doing it with every nationality.
Yes. There's no color.
It is not a color
thing.
it's not a gender thing.
No.
It is now a life thing.
Yes.
It is everybody. They don't care. They are putting your child on the auction block, and they are auctioning off your family members.
Yes.
So yeah, and yep, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah,
He had
Epstein.
I'm sorry, Jeffrey Epstein. He had a lady working for him, finding these young ladies. Ghislaine Maxwell. They just actually started getting on her. Well, started coming up on her and trying to find her now because all this stuff that he was doing,
Yeah.
it was coming through her. She was actually helping him bringing these girls in. And then there was one story on his story that one of the young ladies that he met at her high school, at the high school, she was talking to her best friend saying, "Hey, why don't you come on over, make a little bit of money
And that's how it
with
starts.
me
That's how it
to give this he an old guy. He's just a little creepy, but he an old dude. You can just give him a massage and he'd be all right." And then he wanted more doing this massage. This young lady felt, real bad about it, felt real creepy about it. Now, it's a whole story on him. So it does start off with that.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So, what's that? Prince of England. Yep, he was involved too.
The Prince of involved.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he was involved with it too. So all of it is a business.
Yes.
They are making money off of kids, off
By
of
selling your child
in the sex trade, and it is sex trafficking. All
up and down the coast.
it's just it's crazy, but yeah, you get caught up.
Yes, you do.
You get caught up, and a lot of people sit there like, well, no, they don't happen in the hood. It happens in the
It
hood
happens
even easier.
no matter. It doesn't have.
It happens in the hood easier.
It don't matter
Because
It
every
happen
kid in the
everywhere,
hood think
yeah.
that they tough. Every
Yeah.
little
It
kid,
ain't gonna happen to me.
every little young boy in the hood think they're a thug. Everybody thinking that they tough until money is always tougher than your thugness. I'm letting you know they will always get you.
Yes. Yes.
You know that's
So,
all it takes is to have a good,
It only takes a split second. You blink your eye and there you go.
and it is a
And
done
that's it,
deal.
and it's done. Yeah. So.
So things
No.
does happen real quick, real quick. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to watch what's going on. You got to watch everything about it. Either put them down. Yeah,
You have to.
yeah. It's real. I mean, it's like when and some of them. This is how crazy it gets. Some of them get caught in sex trafficking, get caught trafficking people, and some of them go to jail for a little bit of time
A little bit of time
and go back out,
doing the same thing.
do it again.
Yeah.
You got the what they call the lot lizards. That's at the
Yes.
truck stops.
Yes.
They go around there. They already in the game of selling themselves, and then they get kidnapped from the truck stop on their way down the road. Then all of a sudden they in the sex trafficking game until they find their body laid out on the side of the road somewhere.
Exactly. Do you remember? I don't know if some of you remember my previous show about the sex trafficking, about the lady that called in. You remember that?
Right.
And she had children by these people. So that was just really wild.
And that's real crazy.
And that's serious. And that's how it goes. Just like that. Where you're held,
Yeah, and I've
having
heard
children by
that.
these people. Yeah.
Pierce said they use children to capture people, and
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they know how people have that little bleeding heart thing for the kids. And all of a sudden, you got your guy.
And like Marie stated, truck stops, like we said, terminals, and ports, etc.
Definitely
so
ports.
true. You know,
Definitely
because you
ports,
never know
'cause
what's coming through there.
Right.
You don't know.
Because there's this thing. I forgot what exactly it's called. But it's like once you get off the docks and the ports and you get out there in the ocean, it's like the laws like I think it's right. It's like it changes for them because there's no overseas laws depending on certain things. Meaning that they can't prosecute you because you're not on land, kind of thing. So there's some crazy stuff that does happen. Yeah. It really happened, and then people actually don't get it until they realize, oh, it's one of my family members, or it's I got to protect my child.
Exactly.
And it gets to the point that it's sometimes too late. Yeah. And trust me, they're not going. Like I said, they're not going for class. Of what kind of money you bring in, what kind of if your family is rich that they want a ransom. They don't care about your ransom. They make more money off the person more than your ransom could ever get.
Yep, that's it.
They'll make more money off them. So yeah, they're not worried about ransom. So don't think they're gonna call.
Because they're not. Got to be a call that you'll be sitting there waiting on and never happens. Yeah, right. So you got to be careful of that, but. We're going to go to our videos, and this is your people. You want to give them a shout out there?
Excuse me. We're going to Anna featuring... I can't see.
BK.
Featuring BK.
Needed you. Needed
you. Okay. We'll be right back.
My heart's never protected. I knew you wasn't here from the jump, and now I regret it. I hope you get this message, even though you can't accept it. Tryna get my heart back right to the way it was when you met it. I remember I would hug you, get the cold shoulder. Only touch on me when we chillin' and not sober. Only love on me when you get what you want, it's over. I could no longer deal with being your pushover. Nah. Your love I had to chase. No matter what I do, always end up in second place, yeah. I try to give you space, cause when we start arguing, you get all up in my face, nah. Made me feel like I needed you. I was your best, that's the truth. Just confess, that's the truth. Boy, I ain't even gotta lie to you. Really made me feel like I needed you. Like I needed you. Like I needed you. Like I needed you. Made me feel like I needed you. I was your best, that's the truth. Just confess, that's the truth. Boy, I ain't even gotta lie to you. Really made me feel like I needed you. Like I needed you. Like I needed you. Like I needed you. You made me feel like I needed you. You always say I'm the one, I ain't 3 or 2. But I just don't see what I mean to you. I can be trying to push it aside, because in my mind it just ain't no reason to. All of them times you looked in my eyes and told me them lies, I regret how I treated you. I remember all them times I would call you and text you and not get replies, little baby. I remember all them times I was miserable and had you by my side, little baby. Thought I was in love with you, I probably said it a million times, little baby. Now I'm so done with you, it's better to say, but at least we still try, little baby. I know it's times I get on your nerves, I know it's times where I don't put you first. I know I'm murky, but they say that sometimes for shit to get better, it gotta get worse. I ain't trying to put you on with no tennis, and I ain't trying to buy you out with no purse. All I'm trying to do is keep this shit real with you, baby girl, that's a gift and a curse. Made me feel like I needed you, I was your best, that's the truth. Just confess, that's the truth. Boy, I ain't even gotta lie to you. Really made me feel like I needed you. Like I needed you. Like I needed you. Like I needed you. Made me feel like I needed you. I was your best, that's the truth. Just confess, that's the truth. Boy, I ain't even gotta lie to you. Really made me feel like I needed you. Like I needed you. Like I needed you. Like
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
I hope you enjoyed that video. And tonight's topic we are talking about, for those who haven't tuned in, now you're just tuning in. The topic is sex trafficking.
Part 2.
Yes. And we had a caller that was hitting some notes. So I hope you guys heard that. And if not, you need to rewind this and go ahead and pay attention to that, because this is a real topic here that is ongoing, okay? Also, you want to join in the conversation?
Make sure you please call in at 302-312-3534.
Yeah. Do not hesitate, because this is a good topic. And also, share it, okay?
Definitely share it.
Yeah. Maurice, thank you for the video.
It's nice.
Thank you very much. Loved it.
And
Okay.
and Pierce put up. I think she did this right before the break, but it's definitely true. They definitely use the internet to go shopping for victims. That is true.
Bingo.
That
Number
is
one
true.
word.
That
The
is
internet.
definitely true. You got kids. You giving your kids all these different
Access.
devices
Yeah.
to use.
You give 'em
They got
access.
tablets. They got these Chromebooks that they bringing in from schools. They have these. They have their little iPhones and all this other stuff. Even in their game system. Their game system
And you
definitely.
think
They
they're
get to
not
talk to
paying
them
attention.
online. They're
Yes,
talking to them
somehow.
online while they playing the game and everything with the headphones on. They talking to people and they want inviting them out to go play something or to come out. You got kids that will come out there to that what that thing called, the kamikaze.
I know you're talking
Yeah, for the cartoon characters and everything in Japanese animation, they would go out to these events. They would talk to them online about, come out to these events, this ain't that and the other. And they get out there in their little their little characters, and then some of them disappear.
The first thing to start as well too was when you want a model, please be careful of that. You know, you'll get a phone call, say, you want a model for me? The next thing you know, you're gone.
Make
So
sure,
please,
yes,
do not go to these places alone.
reputable modeling
Look,
agencies.
at night, day, I don't care what time it is. Do not go to these places alone. So, that's really, so. Oh, shoot, yeah.
Make sure that
Okay.
you
Yeah. Please
that
do
you have that you find out everything about where you're going, like
Yeah.
to a reputable agencies of anything that you're going to, because if you're not getting any feedback behind it, be very careful.
Yes, yes.
Go with someone if need be. If they say
Yeah.
it's a closed session, make sure someone have all information to where you are.
Yes, and Maurice stated Lyfts,
Lyfts, Ubers, hacks. Yep.
Yeah, devices.
See, a lot of people don't know what hacks are. So, all right,
Yeah.
all right. I'm gonna have to explain what a hack is. So, and Baltimore. I mean, you got some other places that do it, but it's more so that a lot of people hear about it more in Baltimore.
Yeah.
So hacks are you wave your hand out here for a cab to come by. A cab will come, but you want the cab to leave because you want this person who just need money. So they'll come by and say, "You need a hack?" Yes.
Baltimore,
So what happened is you jump into this car. You don't know this person, but they giving you a hack.
Yeah.
So usually the hack will drive you almost anywhere. I don't know if it's still the same as it down there, where it's almost like you can drive anywhere for almost $5 to $10. They'll drive you anywhere. But these people, some of them are real shady. You get in there, you don't smoke weed. By the time you get out, you gonna smell like it. But it's like, a lot of them actually. So Jersey does hacks. So all right. So it's like in Jersey too. So yeah, a lot of people don't know.
New York, yeah. They all have 'em.
Maurice says it's $30 to $30 for 5 to 10. Oh, okay.
Oh,
because
Lord.
it used to be a time where you can go
discounted
anywhere.
rides, yeah.
Right. It's almost you can get anywhere for like
Terrible.
$5. But these
Terrible.
guys are actually. It's still considered, like we had one guy
Yes.
considered kidnapping. He got locked up for hacking. He dropped the person off at the wrong spot, and they got on him.
Yeah,
For-
I heard that on the news
Because it's
before,
$30.
too.
Yeah, he says
Yeah.
$30 for taxi rides,
Yeah.
and for
5 to
5
10
to 10, you can
for
get
the
pretty
hack.
much anywhere in the hack. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
You don't know whose car you're getting yourself into.
So be very careful. And a lot of these young girls do it. I mean, I used to drive paratransit, right? And it was this guy that was it was it's not funny haha, but it's funny crazy. This guy was a paraplegic from the waist down. He was pretty much, not doing anything. I would pick him up, and if anybody know what paratransit is, that's when the bus company come by for wheelchair riders or whatever, and we would pick them up. This guy, every single Friday night, we would pick this guy up, drop him off at the club, pick him back up from the club to take him back home. And when we took him home, it was like we would take him not exactly to his front door, but to his back alley. And it's dark going down this alley. We would have to, and it was all, and this is what the ride that he paid for, right? So this kind of transportation was like kind of odd to a lot of us down there, at our company. It was like, I'm like, so where we dropping them off at? They said we dropping them off at the alley. I'm like, hold on, this is a dark area. Is he all right going down this way? They said, yeah.
Oh my God.
They said he's safe because where he was going, it was. And those who don't know about East Baltimore like that, y'all hear everything about West Baltimore because of the wire and everything else. If you don't know East Baltimore, you gotta really know East Baltimore. So it was like we dropping them off in the alley area, and it was kind of like real spooky.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I gotta sit here and wait for this man to get into the house because I'm not really comfortable with this.
Right.
But then you have that nights like that where he would go out, and then he will pay for his people to ride with him. So it's usually be a female that he picked up at the club.
Okay.
And he's going home with this young lady. Okay. And I'm sitting there like, okay, so what's going on with this guy? But you looking at stuff like that. You got people who have that little bleeding heart who want to be there to take care of a guy like that and end up getting caught up. And they get caught up in that sex trafficking as well.
And sometimes, you know what? I watch a lot of movies, and they be really true. Some of these movies that be really true. There was a guy who was faking like there was something wrong with him.
Oh yeah, we had a couple of them down there.
And he kidnapped them.
We had a couple of dudes down there like that.
Yo, like really? So you fake like something was really wrong with you, and then oh my God, I lost my keys. Can you help me find my keys? Something like that. They would do things like that. Can you help me? I lost my dog.
Yeah, we had.
Excuse me. You're asking a child to help you find your dog. Next thing you know, 30 seconds, your app is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you looking at what's that?
That's terrible.
It's true though. It's like you looking at
life. Yeah. Art imitating life. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's art imitating life. It just you got a lot of stuff. Yeah. We had a guy that was over West Baltimore that we used to call, and a lot of people who know doesn't know him as the Bunny Man. Now it was crazy because everybody used to think that the bunny. We called him the Bunny Man. This dude would jump out the bushes.
That would creep me out.
Kind of crazy, and everybody had to be careful because the Bunny Man would try to snatch you in the bushes. So you had to be careful with the Bunny Man. But it was like you had people that would do stuff like that. It's real creepy. It's a lot of creepy stuff going on in Baltimore that a lot of people don't know, and sex trafficking is one of them. And just like it is in like regular cities, you can sit there and think that in D.C. it is extremely high in D.C.
Big time.
And you got
New York is
definitely high.
The chain.
New York is definitely high. That's too much going on there.
Yeah.
And I know they're doing it a lot in Philly because especially near the airport area and in Center City. So
True. Yeah.
Baltimore is definitely crazy. Yeah. Baltimore is crazy. Yeah. And it's like you gotta look at like the things that happen around you.
Pay attention.
Please start paying attention. If you like I said, if you have a kid that's on his way to college, not trying to spook everybody out, keep up with them. Keep up with them for real.
Please.
I'm just hanging out with a few friends of mine. We're going over to the dorm.
No.
We this and the other. We just gonna hang out.
No.
Yeah, okay. Call me when you get back in. Text me when you get back in. Whatever.
No.
Okay, so what happened with your text? Why you didn't text me? You gotta let me know.
Yeah.
Be serious. I mean, showing up, be stern with it.
You don't
be
know
sure
these.
you want to let
you,
them
you-
know.
You don't know these people. You don't know these people.
Mm,
You don't know what their alternatives are. You know what I mean?
right. When you hanging out
Yeah.
with these people, you gotta be sure.
Yeah.
If you, Marie said, if you don't have a weapon, somebody will give you one.
You know what?
Exactly.
And it's true. He right about that. He's not lying.
It's true.
Yeah.
And like you gotta be real careful with a lot of stuff, especially if you have, and like I said, if you have any kids in college, if this their first year of college to their last year of college, you gotta be careful.
Keep your eyes,
There's things happening to these
ears
college
open,
kids that a lot of people
Yeah.
not paying attention to, and it's not just happening to Becky. It's now happening to
Ray and
Rashida and them. So
Ray
you got to
too,
be
yeah.
very careful.
Yeah.
Very careful.
And also, I'm gonna tell you this. Even with you and your friends, they have no care. They'll take you and them.
Right. Right.
Small group, they got you. So be mindful of that as well. You know, they don't care. You know, hey.
Too many people around, too many people see what's going on, too many people got to go. So things that happen.
And some people, they'll be quiet. They see it, but they'll be quiet because they're afraid that they might get hurt. You know what I mean? Say something. If you see something that's not right, do something. Get on that horn and call somebody. Yell if you have to.
Hello to you. Hello.
Hello there. How are you? Yes, tonight's topic for those who are just tuning in, sex trafficking part 2. Yes. Tonight is a powerful message for all young people and elders. It don't okay?
Definitely
I just said
get
it.
the
And
message.
elder, it don't matter how old
Definitely.
you are. They're snatching you up. So watch your surroundings at
Great
all times,
topic.
please. Yeah.
And college students, yes, yeah. Penn College students are wild. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Penn College, oh yeah.
Honey, listen.
Yeah. Penn, Bowie, Eastern Shore, Morgan State. We looking at, all this stuff. Oh, yeah, they're crazy. Things happen. You got to watch out for all of that, especially Georgetown area in D.C.
Yeah.
Definitely. You're looking at all the major colleges. You got to make sure because those are like big targets. Big targets.
Yes,
Because
yes.
these kids get in there, they get that little pop their collar
I
thing
got it.
going on.
I got this
like
going
nothing's
on.
going to happen. Things
Yeah.
happen.
All it starts is there's a party tomorrow night. Won't you be there?
And it's not always the janitor.
Yeah.
It is sometimes security helping.
Thank you.
It is sometimes the star athlete.
That's
sometimes it's the professors.
Yeah.
You got to be
Name
careful.
Name it. All it takes is somebody to call you. Hey, you turn your head. There you go. Doop, right in your drink. There you go.
Things happen
There you
quick.
go.
At the drop of a hat, it does happen, and you got to be careful. You got to be able to talk to your kids.
Yeah.
Make sure that they understand that. I mean, everybody got that child. Oh, it ain't gonna happen to me. I'm gonna do what I'm.
Don't say that word.
No.
Don't never say the word.
When they start acting like that, that's when you watch the hardest.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Not wishing bad luck. I'm going to say this again, not wishing bad luck. If your child actually does what they're supposed to do, fantastic. Keep it up. Keep going with them. Keep praying with them. Keep doing everything you can with them. But there are those children who believe that they got the world figured out. Those are the ones that you want to make sure that they know.
We weren't here before, so when you try to tell them things, they don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the way it is. You know, I mean, you try to sit them down and have a conversation. The conversation is in one ear and out the other. So you waste your conversation. You're like, do you hear me? I'm talking to you. You need to listen when I'm telling you here, because the world is not friendly, baby. You know.
And Brother Gloria said, "Hey, Day was extra wild. I call it rape night. Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
It happens. I mean,
Yes.
and not only with only the rapes. I mean, rapes happen constantly on these college campuses, and a lot of people don't even report them.
Yeah, because they're afraid.
Right, but you got to try to stay on top of your your child as you send them on off to school, and especially if you're sending them off, like far away from home. A lot of men's fathers' fears. It's the same as women, but fathers' fears is sending their daughters completely far away from home from them, and that they cannot protect them the way they want to protect. That is an understanding. That is a serious statement. Men do want to protect. There are fathers out there that really do want to protect. I'm going to say it again. There are real fathers out there that really do want to protect. A lot of people believe, the mothers worry the most. Mothers worry about everything. I'm almost 50 and my mother still worry about me. You got what I'm saying? So that's an understanding. Mothers do worry. But the biggest fear is that a father's fear is that he cannot protect what he is brought to this world to protect. And if it's too far away from him, it bothers his heart and his soul. It would take him through things that you just don't want to take him through. So you want to protect your kids on these campuses. Sex trafficking is 100% real. Sex trafficking is a 100% big money business. You kind of got to look at everything as, like I said earlier, as a high commodity. Yeah. Children for the federal government is a high commodity. That's the reason why they do not care if they come from a home that there's a mother and a father in it. They'd rather have a broken home so that they can be able to make money off your child. It's just like the more they can say that your city is in poverty, the more they can go to the federal government and say, look, I have this much going on in my city. I need more money to take care of my city, of which they're not giving to the city, but they're asking for the extra money. Kids are a high commodity to the state. That's the reason why all of this is important. That's why social services is important. That's why all of this stuff is important, because they're finding out how much stuff that the federal government has to step in and help. So this is the reason why they're doing that. As that being a high commodity, as kids, just regular kids being in the city, just imagine sex trafficking. People who are not governed, people who are not being watched, people who are not being taken care of by the state. They are a bigger, higher commodity. These people are spending top dollar for the best looking child that they want to have in their stable, to be in their homes, to do things with it. So, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm looking into the light. I couldn't see
It's
what
okay.
you said.
It's okay. It's okay. Brothers Gloria stated, I say these kids today have no worry in the world. So true. They don't pay attention to their surroundings. It's so sad.
It is. It's truly sad.
It is.
But then you have a lot of people who don't know how to teach them how to watch out for their surroundings. Like, I had to scare my youngest daughter to show her how scary it really is. That
and
people,
sometimes you have to do that. You have to teach them.
Yeah, I mean, you have to make them uncomfortable, make them scared, let them know this. If I'm able to do it, just imagine somebody out there who don't know you.
Yeah.
They don't care about hurting you.
Yeah, I did the same thing with my granddaughters, and I told them, you can't be on the internet. It's not friendly.
No.
There's things out there that can hurt you. People
Very much
are trying to hurt you. It
Very
don't,
much.
So this thing is serious. It's not a joke out here.
Right.
So, when we say these things to them, they do not take us seriously. And that's the sad part right there. And you're so right, Brothers Gloria. They don't want to hear what we have to say.
Right.
And it's like we're wasting our breath, but we did our part.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to teach them the best that we can, and just pass the word around. You know what I mean? We need to get these kids to pay attention.
Yes, he said. Also, Brother Gloria said, I follow my daughter for about 5 blocks. She never knows when I'm. Yeah, when I'm
That's
following
awesome.
her. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Keep that up. Yeah.
Because
I'm
you gotta,
glad,
and it's like every now and then, if you know that they I don't know how old she is, but it depends on if she's outside, like doing recess or something like that. And if you're out there during the day, if you're able to get there during the day, sometimes take a ride by just to see.
Just to see. Yeah.
Just to look. Because I'm not going to lie to you, yeah. Sometimes you have to do that and protect your own. You have to. You really have to, because it's not, because these teachers, not always about protecting what's yours.
Yeah.
They'll just call you up and say, oh, well, she was out there during recess and we don't know what happened. He says she's grown now, very aware.
Okay.
That's good.
That's awesome. But
That's
still,
very good.
But still.
But us as fathers
and mothers.
yeah,
we're gonna be having our eyes out
still
anyway.
keep that up.
I'm glad. I'm so happy that you're doing that. 'Cause
one of the biggest
oh my gosh.
major things was, think about it. We were kids once thinking that we knew more than our parents, and then come to find out every single thing that they was talking about
it was real.
It's still happening today.
So real.
Still
So
happening
real.
today, and that's what makes us sit there and think and say, all right, we really need to start talking to our kids now, because the stuff that our parents was telling us, it's still the same things that's happening today, but it's even happening even more easier because society is making things more easier for you to get caught up. So you looking at all these social media pages that's popping up out of everywhere, that you just being able to just follow stuff.
And I'm glad you said that, Raphael. There's people making fake pages.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Fake pages. Sending you inboxes. Hey, this is me. What's up? Please be. I'm telling you, there are hackers. There's people out here ready to just snatch you on up, no matter which way.
Yes.
Yeah. So please be careful.
I got a quick story about that, and this is real crazy. It just happened to me recently. A friend of mine, page was hacked.
Okay.
A guy sent me an inbox message telling me that, I need help. Can you please help me out? There's something going on. The packages coming through. It was a whole bunch of stuff that's going on.
Yeah,
now this guy who hacked his page didn't know that the person page that he hacked was a Fed. So what happened was, I had to sit there and say, hold on. I got a strange message from my homeboy. So I called our mutual friends and said, hey, is he all right? They was like, oh, yeah. We were just talking to him the other night. I said, I got a crazy message, and I wanted to be sure because it came from his page. And they was like, oh, no, somebody must have hacked his page. Well, so I ended up calling him. He was on duty at the time. And he was like, yeah, his cousin told him that somebody hacked the page or whatever. So when I got back to the page, this guy was still sending me messages. I said, yeah. I'm trying to set everything up for you right now. So I sent my friend, who is a Fed, his page, the whole thing, the whole rundown, so they can get a good run through of what was going on, so they can catch him. I mean, it's crazy that they are actually doing stuff like this, but they do it. They do it, and it's happening every single day. And some people actually go ahead and not realizing, especially if you got younger kids, not realizing that that's a hack page.
I remember this guy act like he was Keith Sweat, and I'm like, boy, you ain't nobody's Keith Sweat. Boy, bye. He don't ask for money. All that damn money he got, he ain't gonna be calling me, ask for me for money. So you gotta be careful of who you befriend. I'm telling you, because people are out here just to grab and take, and that's all it is. Okay, so please be aware. Keep your eyes open in those ears, please. I'm telling you, and keep your eyes on our children much as you can. And adults now. Okay, because like I said, it's happening to women and men as well.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter who you are. Okay, so we're going to go with that. And I thank you guys for who have tuned in. And please share this tonight, because this was a really important subject that I really wanted to talk about, because you know how I get. I like to do the number 2 so we can find out what's really going on, see what's up, see if anything changed. But things have not changed, because it's a continuous thing. Am I right?
Yes, big business.
Okay. So with that, you guys, I want you guys to continue to stay safe, okay? Next week, we're going to have some laughs. We're going to do some laughing. We need to do that, okay? Which one of you in your relationship is argumentative? And I'll see you next week. So continue to be safe. Peace out.
I'm up against the fight of my life. I'm so afraid to sleep at night. You won't get away. It's time for me to let it